Well, guys, this was a video I wanted to do back in the end of August, but just never had enough time to deal with it because I had to deal with all those MTWS events early on in August, as this is the very first MTWS season report for the 2022 season. I wanted to do this every single month after the last event each month, which is why I wanted to do it back in August, but like I said, it was too much time, plus 3 events in, it would have been a little bit too early to think about how the trucks have been doing so far. But now that we're into October, and we now are into 7 events so far this season, I believe it was, so we're officially almost a third of the way through the season. So I figured, let's finally see how this season's been going so far. So let's take a look at the standings. Alright, so here is the current point standings so far going into October. As we see, Mad Dog has the points lead with 1,025 points. Outlaw is second with 875, and third place is Fireball with 775. Then afterwards, Crush and Run, 725, Blood Rage, 675, Outrage, 650, Wild Ride, 625, Nitro, 600, Power Forward, 575, Stinger, 550, after the incredible event it had last week in Orlando, Crazy, 550, Eruption, 500, Shatter 500, Patriot 475, Destroyer 475, Predator 450, Daisy Chain 450, Night Stalker 425, Shadowrun 425, High Flying 400, Prowler 400, Bling 400, Impala 400, and Thunderbolt 375. Those are trucks that qualify for a championship right now if the season ended today. Meanwhile, below them, who would go to the Runners-Up Cup instead, is Crusher 375, Ye Plunderer 375, Flying Falcon 350, Bone Crusher 350, Madness 325, Daisy Damage Control 325, Total Chaos 300, Crazy Bull 275, Polar Storm 250, Locomotion 250, Crasher 225, Venom 200, Topsy Turvy 200, War Machine 200, Monster Razor 175, and Reckless Intent 175. Of course, a bunch of these trucks at the bottom have only competed in like 2 events so far this season, now 7. Have a very slow start, but wait till later on in the year when they're going to have a whole bunch of appearances. Just like Mad Dog and Outlaw and a couple other trucks up here. Hell, you have Crush and Run with freaking 5 appearances. No, wait, is that Blood Rage? I think it's Blood Rage, actually. Or maybe actually it's both. With a whole bunch of trucks have very big leads because they went to so many events. Just wait till later on when they have to show up to less events when the other trucks hopefully catch up. So, of course, what a season it's been so far. First, look at Mad Dog. Very dominant in racing. Has, won 2 or 3 freestyles already. Absolutely insane. And it has the most points, freestyle points so far this season, too. 153, with second place being Outlaw at 128, and then Crush and Run, surprisingly, third place with 127. Of course, Mad Dog's racing record's good, but it's not like the best. 8 wins, though. The most wins, though, is Fireball with 13 wins and Wild Ride 10, with Wild Ride having the best racing record at 83.3% winning. Fireball's second with 81.3. And then, I believe, looks like Stinger right now has the third best racing record after that incredible win last week in Orlando. Absolutely insane. We'll see how well that maintains, though. So, like we said, Mad Dog had a very strong season. This is one of its best seasons, possibly ever, at least in terms of start. Like, the only thing I could think off the top of my head maybe be like 2009, 2010. Outlaw doing good. Fireball had a really strong start, but starting to lose a little bit of momentum. Crush and Run's been having a really strong start to the season and racing. Blood Rage's been all over the place, but having a really good, strong year. Outrage won 2 freestyles so far. Won a few trucks that win multiple events. Doing very good. Defending race champion. Wild Ride doing really good. Nitro's actually been kind of struggling lately, especially at racing record. 4-4 as a former racing champion. That's not good. Power Forward hanging in there. Stinger surprised everyone by getting this high up in the points because of that dominant performance in Orlando last week. I think tied Mad Dog, I think, for the most points possible in a season. Well, second best. The best you can get in a season event is 300, and they both got 275, so that's a really strong season for Crazy. Stinger Crazy, meanwhile, stunning everyone. 4-4 in the season. There are trucks with there are all-star racers that have just as the same or worse racing records than Crazy. How is that even possible? Insane. As Crazy has been dominating so far. And Eruption doing good. Shatter not doing good racing-wise, but Freestyle's maintained their good spot. Patriot, though, has been struggling really badly in racing. Definitely didn't think this was going to happen early in the year. Yes, it recovered quite a bit last time out in Arlington, but it needs to really pick up the pace. Destroyer doing okay. Predator doing okay. Daisy Chain not doing good racing-wise, but Freestyle's keeping it up. Night Stalker keeping it up. Shadowrun doing okay. High Flying. Pretty solid racing record so far this season and doing very good freestyle as it's competing its first ever season to try and make it to the championship on its own, just like Daisy Chain. Prowler, after the strong event last week in Orlando, hanging in there despite its terrible racing record. Bling kind of struggling a little bit. Impala and Thunderbolt barely hanging in there right now. But of course, to be fair, some of it is also because they haven't competed in a whole bunch of events compared to other trucks. But Thunderbolt has been struggling so far this year, especially its racing record. Impala also has the same racing record, which is quite surprising, but it's been doing very good in freestyle. And then, of course, you go down here. We have, like, what, 2, 3, 4 trucks still without a win this year. Crusher and Ye Plunder would only be in by tiebreaker because Thunderbolt got first. If either one of them get more points before Thunderbolt, they will move into the championship. So they're just out by tiebreaker. Fireball doing okay. Bone Crusher is actually doing kind of okay too compared to 2015, but still missing out. Madness has not been doing good so far this season. Damage Control is doing about what you expect. Same goes for Total Chaos. Crazy Bull's had a really rough season so far this year. It has a losing record in racing and has not been doing really good in freestyle. So Crazy Bull, just like Patriot, has been having a horrible season so far. Hoping to make it up later on in the year because it's been a month almost since his last competed, so hopefully it'll be coming up very soon. Polar Storm, wow. Look at Polar Storm. Remember that incredible week it had first event of the season where it got runner-up in race in Detroit? Now look at that, near the bottom of the standings. It's going to have one hell of a turnaround to get back into the mix. Locomotion not having a good year. Really bad year. Crasher also not really having a good year as his first event, season as a competitor. Venom not doing really well, kind of disappointing. Topsy Turvy's been very disappointing, but then again, we only compete in 3 events so far. It kind of hurts. And then, of course, the last 3, War Machine, the Monster Razor, and Reckless Intent, not doing good, but at the same time, it's also because they've only competed in 2 events that hurts. So, yeah, very impressive so far. So, of course, we got El Paso on October 2nd coming up tomorrow. Jacksonville on October 9th, Tacoma October 16th, Cincinnati October 23rd, and finally Julian on October 30th. Cannot wait for that. We'll see if Mad Dog can keep that momentum up and keep its points lead, or will anyone else keep it up. How much the point stands will change. Will Patriot, Power Forward, Thunderbolt, and Impala recover from their slow starts and get back in the mix? Will trucks like Polar Storm get their momentum back from the first event and get back to the point standings? Will Stinger keep that momentum up there after winning Orlando last week to continue getting into the point stands? Man, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen. So, tune in tomorrow, remember, at 7 p.m. for El Paso. And, of course, see you guys in November for next point stands update. So I can't wait to do that. And, of course, the spread is supposed to represent points negative from the leader. But it's supposed to be showing a negative of how far you're behind to make it into the championship. So I might have to refix it so it does it correctly. I'm still trying to figure that out. Alright, so see you guys next time.